Senator Antonio Trillanes won't have to worry about spending his time behind bars anytime soon after the Makati RTC Branch 148 junks the DOJ's plea to have him arrested.
And not only that, the court also stood by its previous decision that his coup d'etat case had already been dismissed and no longer saw any legal reason to revive it. Mayan Los Baños tells us more.
Makati RTC Branch 148 junks the Justice Department's petition to issue an arrest warrant and hold departure order against Senator Antonio Trillanes. The court took into consideration the statements of witnesses presented by Trillanes' camp that confirmed that the embattled senator indeed applied for amnesty and that he has sufficiently admitted guilt to the coup d'etat charge against him. The court further explained that the absence of the application form does not necessarily mean that Trillanes failed to comply with the requirements for amnesty. Recall that President Duterte revoked the amnesty granted to Trillanes and ordered his arrest after claiming that the former Magdalo rebel has not submitted his application for the program. While the Makati RTC Branch 148 recognizes the legality of Duterte's Proclamation 572 that invalidated Trillanes' amnesty, it, however, stands firm that the dismissal of the coup d'etat charge against Malacanang's more vocal critic is final and executory. And because of this development, Trillanes feels emboldened to push through with the investigation on the alleged anomalies committed by the administration's allies, particularly the business deals of security agency owned by Solicitor General Jose Calida.
I'd be the same critic as I was before. I'm just upholding my role in our democracy as a member of the opposition. So yung mga medyo napapagod sa akin, huwag kayong mapagod kasi ako naman to eh. You just do your thing. Anyway, kailangan ng demokrasya yung mga kagaya ko na pinupuna yung mga kamalian ng administrasyon at pinipigilan yung mga pang-aabuso nito.
The palace, meanwhile, respects the decision of the court. It will let the Justice Department decide on how to proceed from this. Justice Secretary Menardo Guevara tells Trillanes not to celebrate yet. He points out that the court does acknowledge the executive powers of Malacanang. Guevara says the department is thinking of elevating the matter before the Supreme Court.
This is just the beginning. This is not the end. Nobody has to claim total victory here. Okay? Umpisa pa lang ito. It's not always the case that whenever you appeal, you must back up your arguments with decided cases. It's not always the case because there will always be a first time where a new and novel issue will be presented to the Supreme Court.
Trillanes is currently out on bail after the Makati RTC Branch 150, which hears his rebellion case, sided with the DOJ and ordered for his arrest. Reporting for News 5, Mayan Los Baños, we are One News.
Makati Judge Andres Soriano also earned praises from several government officials who cited his courage with this ruling. Senator Kiko Pangilinan thanked Soriano for choosing to uphold the rule of law and said that the decision was a blow against tyranny. He then reminded every judge in the country to remain true to their oath as the war to defend the rule of law continues. Senate Minority Leader Frank Trillanes thinks that while the judge deserves a pat on the back, Soriano could have done more if he only declared President Duterte's proclamation as illegal and without basis.
Senator Cheese Escudero, on the other hand, said that Soriano's decision only proves that the country's justice system is alive and well. Escudero further said that the event clearly showed that there is a clear line separating the judiciary from the legislative. Meanwhile, opposition Senator Bam Aquino lauded Soriano for siding with the truth amid extreme pressures. He said the decision serves as a victory for Senator Antonio Trillanes and the rule of law in the country.
And Magdalo Party List Representative Gary Alejano also hailed Soriano for not ordering Trillanes' arrest. Alejano reiterated that the allegations thrown against Trillanes don't have legal and factual basis. He further said that the evidence submitted before the court showed that his former classmate indeed went through the amnesty application process.